Hey guys, so what I want to try to do, and I'm trying to still figure out where I'm going to put the battery, but I want to hook up the solar panels out here and start running the aquaponics. So another thing that came in a couple of days ago was a battery. So it got me 100 amp hour battery. So, you know, before I bought it, I was doing some researching because I don't really understand all of that, okay? I just don't. But apparently a 100 amp hour battery means that it can run something that runs on, that takes 100 amps to run in 1 hour. Okay, so I bought this little device to check what my amps are on the pumps that's running for the aquaponics. And that's this little device. And you can know your kilowatt hours, your amps, your wattage, your volts, all that when you plug the device in here. Plus you got to plug that into the wall, so it's got to be, you know, it's got to be hot, you know what I mean? And you plug it in and you can get your reading. So I plugged in the pumps, okay? And one pump is taking 0.77 amps and the other pump is taking 0.18 amps. So that's less than 1 amp. So let's say I just rounded off to 1 amp. So that would mean that battery fully charged, if I didn't charge it and just let it sit, it would run that aquaponic system for 100 hours, basically 4 days, let's say, a little bit over 4 days. So that's good. So that's why I bought that, because, you know, I bought the solar panels from Harbor Freight. I bought this little setup right here. It's 100 watts. They got they 25 each, and then they got the charge controller with it over here. I purchased that inverter right there, so I'll be able to plug the pumps into that, and because that converts the DC to AC, so you can plug into it. So that's what I have that I'm going to use to get this set up. So I'm new to this with solar. I don't understand it fully, but I know once I start doing it, I'll start to understand it. And then when I start figuring all this out, my amp hours, well, I can just start adding on to the battery bank and adding more panels, okay, if I want to run the incubator. Now the incubator, when that heat lamp comes on, that's pretty serious amps. It starts pulling some amps. So I would need more solar power, more solar panels, because, and I would need more batteries because I'm not even sure really if a battery would last 24 hours, or let's say through the night. Let's say 12 hours. I would at least need it to last 12 hours without the sun, you know what I mean? And then the other 12 I could charge it. Let's just say I'm just dividing it up 12 and 12. So and I don't know, I'd have to figure that out. I haven't plugged one in, I haven't figured it out yet, so I need to. But I know anything with heat really draws a lot, so I just was going to get started using aquaponics first, okay? Because I got to figure out a place where I'm going to put the panels. I think I got to figure out where I could put the battery and where I'm going to put the panels, but I got to figure out how I'm going to really get them anchored up where I want to put them, okay? And how they're going to be able to maybe stay there or maybe come down easy. They had a little bag of connectors where I can connect all these four together. And that's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm going to connect all four of them together and figure out where I can put it. Now, this is where I need to put it. I'm going to show you where I need to put it. Okay, here's the aquaponics right here, right here. And I'm going to clear out underneath there. I'm going to put the battery bank under there. And the cables are long enough to go to over here. And I'm thinking about putting the panels right here in this area, you see? So, so I can make me something. I have to make something because if I can't just set the panels up there. They come on a stand, and I can't use that here. I gotta mount them on a stand. I gotta mount them up here where the wind won't blow them away or anything like that. So that's where I'm gonna be putting them. That's the only logical place to put them. I could even hang them right across here, but that would only get so much sunlight because like during the summertime, like right now it's fine. See how the sun's hitting here? Because it's the winter and the sun is pretty much behind me right now, and it's lower. It's lower right now, and it's actually going to go down that way. Now during the summer it kind of comes across this way a little bit. So it's a little different in the summer, and if, in the summertime, if I had this hanging here around 2 o'clock, I would probably start losing sunlight, and I would need to shift it. So I still got to figure out. I mean, I could put them here, and I could some kind of way just be able to grab it and move it this way. I don't know. I just got to figure. I got to figure it out. So I'm gonna put them all together right now. See how heavy it is, and just put the panels out here for right now. Run the wire. Just get this thing going, and just to see how the pump keeps working on the solar. So I want to do this right now. So the battery is freaking 65 pounds, man. I mean, you talk about a heavy battery. I mean, a heavy battery. I'm having a hard time picking it up. There's no grips on it to grip it. You know what I mean? It's kind of awkward. So anyway, so first of all, what I want to do, I'm gonna get to connecting this and check out these solar panels. Check this out. Look at the blue lights that are on. That means they pick it up sunlight, and the sun is behind them. It's not even shining in them. So that was one thing they said about. That's why they look a little different. The kind that these are, I forgot the name of them. It's a different type of panel, and I got this because of that reason. That they charge even without direct sunlight. They can have shade on it. It still charges. Now, how much? I don't know yet. I won't know all that till I get it hooked up and get it running. You know, I'm sure it's not putting out, 25 watts each. I'm sure that's not going on. So, because it's not getting the direct sun, but. And maybe, I don't know, it could be. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on right now. I got to get some tools together, some screwdrivers and stuff, and get to putting this together, okay? All right. Hey, okay. I put the battery up there, okay? All right, and what I'm going to do at this moment, I guess just because I'm anxious, is I'm going to hook the inverter up to that battery just to see if the battery's charged. I don't know if it is or not, It doesn't matter if it is or not, but if it is, then we should start. We could run these pumps off of this right now while I'm setting up the panels. It's coming on. 13 volts, so that battery's probably fully charged. So, let's see. Here we go. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so right now, everything's running. The pumps are running. So in reality, I ought to be able to run this thing for 100 hours. Okay, it's showing the output. Is it showing? I can't. 100% output, 12.7 volts. I don't know how to tell anything else with it. And we'll just leave it set up. And we'll see how it works. So it's working right now. So right now the Aquaponics is running on 100% battery right now. Now I'm gonna go hook all the panels together, and I'm gonna bring that over here, and I'm gonna charge the battery. Basically, that's what the solar is going to be for, is to charge the battery. The battery is going to run everything. The solar panels are going to charge to keep the battery charged. Okay, when you buy this kit from Harbor Freight, you get these little connectors here with the screw and the wing nut and a little piece of metal here to connect them together. So if you want it like one big panel, and that's what I want. It's going to be easier for me to move it around. So let me get hooking this up. Not too hip with the wing nuts back there, because now it's going to kind of interfere if I make some kind of frame for it, because I need to make a frame for it. Because even though, you know, it comes with little stands on it, that's not how I'm going to use it. I want it one big panel. And I'm going to make a frame out of wood or whatever. I'm going to tell y'all guys, this is just starting off. This is for me to learn. Inexpensive to learn. Get the look. I mean, if you understand it already, don't get these. Get something better. I could tell already. I mean, the panels are okay, but you know, it's plastic frames. The way this is going together, you know, not the greatest thing in the world. But I know that it will work, and it's going to do what I'm trying to accomplish right now. I know that much. pretty much around 55. 39.5. All right, I'm gonna go see. I mean, right now the sun's hitting me. If I could set these babies up right there where the water things are, this is where they need to be setting, right here. I can just set them right here on the ground. Right now, I still got to put the charge controller. That's like important piece. Charge controller. This is the piece that all the panels hook to this. It's a little thing where you hooks them all together and puts them on one wire. Okay. You got that. So this plugs into this, which gives you a 1/8 inch plug or something like that, and that goes for solar input. And this will connect to here. So once I hook that to the panels, the power is going in here. Now, the power coming out needs to be this right here, and it's going to go to the battery and start to charge the battery. So, let's see. So this has to be at least this far from the battery. Alright. And they show you on here plus and negative. Okay, so let's put what's so cool about it, I'll be able to, when I'm outside, I can plug my phone in here and charge it from here while I'm out here. Here's some DC outputs, and they give you these lights with when you buy your panels. They give you 2 of these lights, and you can plug them in the charger here and run 2 lights. And that's something I could possibly do too. That's not necessary though. Okay, so what we want to do at this point is get this baby hooked up to the battery and to the solar panels. And I got to anchor this charger somewhere, and I'll figure that out. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I can put that controller right here. And that should reach the battery. Let's make sure. So let me unplug this. Get this out the way. Will reach. Just got to separate this. guess I can put it on these things like this. Okay, it's showing 12.5 volts, so this is working. $14.4 volts. Okay, all right. So let me get the panels hooked up, and maybe I could put a screw or two in here. I might have to put it back there. Let me see where that cable's going to reach. I hope it's not back there. I mean, if I have to, I have to, but I don't want to have to always get on the ladder and get back there if I don't have to. So let me get the solar panels hooked up. Actually, I can just leave the camera here and turn it that way, I believe. And you should be able to see everything right there. Okay, this is just temporary, guys. Don't think, you know, I'm going to be leaving these wires hanging in. And the water doesn't get on the top of this anyway, but I'm not doing it that way. I mean, I will connect. I will, when I find out exactly where I'm going to put those solar panels, I'm going to run the wires, you know. But this is just when I'm playing around, I want to figure this out. Now, we just got this, has to go in here. Okay, now, what's it showing? Okay, it's charging the battery. Man, that is awesome. Showing it's charging 12.8 volts. All right, so let's go walk around and look at it from over here. Look, check this out. When you come around this way, you start seeing the panels back here. So I got solar panels hooked up here. The wires are running over, which I got plenty of wires. So if I get this thing anchored up here like I want, I mean, wire I got plenty. I don't have to worry about that. I got plenty of wire. I found a great place to put the battery, and I'll be able to put the charge controller up there and screw it in place. And I'll show you right now. I only have two plugs on this on this converter, or yeah, this converter, inverter, whatever they call it. So they give you 2 light bulbs, and they should go in here, so it should light it up. Let's see. There it is. Look at that. I could actually run the 2 lights in here. I really could. The switches on here. At first I was like, oh no, it ain't working. Oh, let me see what happens when it's working. So it's on. And let's see. This is just so neat. I'm impressed. Venturing into territory I really don't know much about. Okay, so now I know that I can run my aquaponics. So if we have a hurricane, yeah, I'm going to take all this down. Okay, but when I come back, I can hook it up and run the aquaponics. You know, if they only out for a day, they're gonna survive a day. You know, and it might not even be able to, that battery. If the electricity went out and it's still hooked, it would probably it would run. It would run unless the battery was dead. So I think now with power outages, hurricanes that take out the power, I think I got my aquaponics covered now. So I won't lose my fish again. Okay. So the next thing would be to run this stuff back here. Now I wouldn't. Probably, well, I could be having eggs in there during a hurricane time. You know, you never know. The hurricane season's starts in June and goes through October. That's probably our biggest, my biggest grow. I mean, that's my whole growing season actually. And so yeah, if I can figure out how many, because I'm probably going to need, I would imagine to run this constantly. I mean, I don't really know for sure, but I would probably need another, probably 2 or 3 more 100 amp hour batteries. You know, I would need 300 amp hours probably to run this. I'd have to see what the amps are and all of this, and I need to check into it because that's the next direction I'm gonna go in. But then I have to increase my solar, because if I'm using so much, if I'm not replenishing more than I'm using, then it's going to run out eventually anyway. It's not going to keep up with it. So I got to figure all that out. So it's all new to me. You got to share with this today with me, my first time doing it. So I got the solar panels hooked, leaning over here right now, and they're going to get sun the rest of the day for a couple more hours. And I got it going to the charge controller, coming out of the charge controller, charging the battery. And the battery's hooked to this inverter here, and that's where you get your AC. It converts the DC, which comes off of your panels. Your solar panels produce a DC current which goes in here, and then when it comes out of here, this here I have to hook to the battery, and this is where this converts the DC to AC, and I'm able to run my pumps with the AC plugs. So, and I can also have several I got several USB ports on here to plug in phones, tablets, anything I would be having out here. Even I could charge up I can actually charge up my camera out here, which my battery's running low. It's probably going to cut off any minute anyway, but I could charge all that up here. So that's pretty cool. Alright guys, so there it is. There's the solar hookup to get my aquaponics running, keep my fish safe during hurricane times, and plus it's just now whatever electricity that it's costing me to run that, now I'm not going to be paying for that. And I know it's not much, it's really not that much, but where the much comes in is when this is going on, because I'm going to tell you, this thing pretty soon it's going to be running constant, and I run because I'm going to be incubating quail eggs and chicken eggs, you know, coming up. It's just very soon. I'm doing it now. I've actually got eggs in there now, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to I'm going to be doing it all the time. So that's probably draining a lot, because when them lights come on, that's a lot of juice. So when the heat, you know, anything you got to heat up. So I'm going to start figuring out what I need, how many batteries I need, so I can start ordering all that and get it. Figuring out, you know, because right now I can only fit one battery up there. I might be able to get a second one. I doubt it. And I don't want to put that much more weight on that. I can, but I have to beef up the legs on it, because the legs are real cheesy on it, and I need to beef them up anyway. Because I built it out of 2x2s, and then, you know, as time's going on, it's just getting more and more weight added to it. So I need to, one of them broke. That's why I got 2x4s on the two back legs. And that, so the back legs won't break, but the two front legs can. So I need to beef those up with some 2x4s, and just to be safe. I could, no, I was saying I could put them on top of the quail cage, but rain could get on it, and I don't want, where it's at right now, it doesn't get wet from the rain, you know, straight back here, it doesn't get wet from the rain. So if I need, you know, 3 or 4 batteries, I'm just going to have to, underneath the cages down here, under there, I'm going to have to fix that area up to put my batteries. I have to make a battery bank under there, you know, and that stuff there, it'd be easy to put that somewhere, place that somewhere else. So that would have to be my battery bank, and I'm going to need probably several batteries if I'm going to run that constant, you know. And then I don't want to put it on the ground. I want to raise it up too, in case we do get another hurricane and we flood. I need to at least be, you know, as high up as I can under there, just so the batteries don't get underwater, you know. So 2011, I got 13 inches in my house. So out here we were walking around, it was knee deep, you know. This last time, I don't know how much I got back here, but I didn't get nothing like Hurricane Isaac. Even though Ida was more powerful hurricane, hit us direct, Isaac sat in the Gulf for I don't know how long, 2 days, and just kept pushing the Gulf water into the lake, and it just piled up so much that it just started overflowing all here. So anyway, okay, that's the past. The present now is Aquaponics can run on its own energy now from the sun. The sun, look at that, man, that is beautiful. The sun's beating on those, and I love those panels. The fact that they were sitting over here in the shade and the lights were glowing on them, because they were picking up light, because that's all they need to do. Now they're getting direct sunlight right now. There's a little bit of shade on from the tree there. See that, some leaves, so that's probably causing that panel to run a little less. And right now my shadow right there is causing a little less, so I'll just stay away from it and just let it go. It's gonna charge more than what I use, and that's why you need a charge controller. I'm gonna get you to look at the charge controller, and you can see that, yeah. So 14.4 volts, that's what the battery is charging. It's showing right there the panel, and it's got the arrow showing that it's charging it. So let's go. This is a little menu button, I think. Let me look. Let's see. 13.8 volts. It's showing that too. Now that's if you're going to run the light. It would show you, but see, if you run it like, so right now I got 12.6 volts going to those DC plugs to run the light. Okay, there we go. That's the charge. There's the charging going on. So we had 11.8 volts. It's showing that it's charging. Then it's showing it's going to the light too. So. That's, I think, I need to go look at the book and see if they explain all that. But that's all. That's everything that's going on in the with the charge control. I just want to show you guys that. All right. Good morning. It's the next day, next morning, and everything's still running. Let's see what we got up here on the control. Okay, looks like the battery's fully charged still. Maybe if there's a line, might be a line missing. The top line looks like, I don't know if there's another line that goes there. I'll find out today. 1, 2, there's 4 lines right now. So if I get another line today, you know, it should charge up fully because you know, the panels are hooked up, and so here it is in the morning. The sun is behind the panels, and the panels are lit up. You can see the light, the blue light on them. The blue light, or maybe you can't see it in here. The blue light right here. It's lit up. So that's neat. So this thing ran all night without power, just off the battery, and looks like it hadn't used any battery. Now, something I thought of last night was my grow light. That's 2 lights there. I need to test those and see how much amperage they're drawing, and that might kick this thing down to only running for 3 days, because I think I need to have that tied into it. I don't have to, because what I'm really trying to do is keep the fish alive during power outages and during hurricane time. You know, if the plants die, that's one thing, but it's the fish that I'm really trying to keep alive. So anyway, all right, so that's going to conclude this video on the solar panel setup for my aquaponics. And yeah, so I have to go run the lawnmower today and go get some of that treatment for the fish, the water, because I need to add water in here, and I'm gonna have to use city water because we haven't had rain for a good while now. The fish are staying back there right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because I gotta add water in here. It's almost down to halfway full, close to halfway. So it's probably like 2/3 full. So I got to get more water in there. That's not good for the fish. It's giving them less space. Too many fish with less